when you ask a question, and it's a part of your brain that does critical thinking. Hence, you start to solve your problems in a better way when you start asking the question.
When you ask, what happens is you have illumination, you have insight, you have understanding, you have breakthroughs, you have stupendous things happening. And we teach you how to ask yourself, ask others, and ask God. And if you're going to ask God, you say, God, what's your destiny for me? God, what's your destiny for me? God, what's your destiny for me? Expect to have the middle of the night wake up, but make sure you got paper and pen next to bed and tell your sweetiekins, hey, wait a second, Mark and Crystal said I'm going to wake up probably in the middle of the night with the answer. So
right, and so step by step, question by question, answer by answer, you move forward and bring those seeds of dreams that are in your heart out so you can fulfill your ultimate destiny. And we say there are 3 critical phases of asking. That's interesting. The first critical phase is, where am I now? And it's striking to me as a coach, as a wellness and life coach, how little time we spend with ourselves, you guys, in this reflective stage. The ask yourself part is the reflective stage, the reflective questions. You can't know where you're going unless you know where you are now. So where am I now? And all the little questions that come under that. Do I like what's going on in my life? Am I using all of my talents and skills? What would that look like if I started to do that? The second critical phase is, where do you want to be? And again, so few of us take that time with ourselves and God to say, where do I want to be? And what we say is, use that amazing tool that God gave only us. We're the only animals that have imagination. And it is that imagination that has allowed every human being to create every beautiful thing you see around you. Every device, every breakthrough is created through someone's imagination. So we're saying, when you picture yourself, when you ask, where do I want to be? Go into that imagination and imagine your greatest life being fulfilled, your greatest career, your greatest self-expression, your greatest relationships. And then ask the questions backwards. From my greatest relationships, how am I talking to people? How am I treating them? How are they treating me? What sort of things are we working on together? In my greatest career, who am I serving? What products, what services? How is that changing the world? In that way, when you start from your imagination, the Creator created you in His image, okay? And your imagination is a part of that. When you use that imagination to paint the most beautiful pictures of your future, you will, and start asking the questions backwards, how you got there, you will see your life change dramatically. And then, of course, the third phase is, what steps do I need to take? Because you will start getting plans, illuminations, things will start coming through to you, and you need to pick up that phone, write down that plan, call that person. Maybe there's a partnership you hadn't even thought of. We need to put our plans in action. And now more than ever, you guys, we all have to show up as our best every day. We're not going to get discouraged. What we're going to do is imagine our best lives and start asking.
And ask all the questions, because all the research shows that you have more power when you ask questions. At the simplest level, and we're going to be quick on this, is even if you ask for dates and start asking serious questions, a second chance for a second date, Harvard study shows, is really superior.
Right, and the other studies we looked at show that everybody going into the study thought it was that people weren't going to like them if they asked questions. The opposite is true. If you ask for information, help, advice, people are actually really happy to help you. There's an 80% more likely chance that you will get your request granted if you put yourself out there and ask. But you have to put yourself out there, because people aren't going to just do it. The other part of the study revealed that people won't impose themselves on you to help. You have to ask. And it helps us bond with other people. The greatest relationships happen when we're asking, when we're actively asking and engaging with each other. That's how we learn about one another. Yeah.
Go ahead. So the point is, thank you. When you ask, you got to be prepared to be a good asker, because what happens is that you got to have the belief that universe and trust that universe is going to source and serve you. We've talked about you got to be action oriented. And obviously you got to visualize, to realize, and materialize whatever you want. Because when everybody was telling me, 144 people turned down Jack and I and said, are you guys nuts? Nobody's going to buy those chicken soup for the so little 3-page stories. What, are you cuckoo? What are you guys? You guys wear too much jewelry. Who do you think you are? And obviously we sold 500 million books, and I'm going to sell 1 billion, like I said, before our life's over. So you got to ask God, because God's got all the enlightenment. God's waiting for you to ask. God's phone line is always open 24/7, 365 days a year.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
So, you know, we all know the scripture, ask and you'll receive, seek and you'll find, knock and the door will be opened, right? But I think we blow past that and we don't realize that is code for our life that Jesus was talking about. We need to follow the code. And it's interesting if you look at ask, seek, and knock, it spells A-S-K, ask. So we need to ask. We need to ask ourselves. That's the reflective journey. The answers will come to you. We need to ask each other and we need to ask God. And I promise you, your miracles, your destiny, and all of the answers we need are waiting for us when we ask.